welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to fixing up the Commonwealth, the first one for 2020. Happy New Year to you all. Hope you are all well today. Gaming for XP. And you might be saying, well, hang on, Gaming G4. We were in Jamaica Plains in the last episode. Where the heck are you? So, I wanted to show you the inspiration for today's build. This is, of course, Bunker Hill. And yeah, I'm going to try and recreate slightly this area in here in our build. So let's get into Jamaica Plains and we'll start getting cracking. Okay, so we're going to build down in this bottom corner here today. We're probably going to create a little bit of an alleyway in here, and then once we've done that, we'll work in that main area behind us. So yeah, finding the right bit here. I want this to have a really kind of claustrophobic, almost claustrophobic feel about it, this area here. So I want that to go in there like that. Just see if it will fit in by its own. Often when you're doing this, sometimes you just need to push this. You'll see in a second. So I'm just lining it up where I want it, and then just bring it up slightly and just see if it'll go green for you. Sometimes there we go. I'm using place anywhere, but sometimes it's worth that. Sometimes it's worth just trying with a pillar. Anyway, it's where I want it to be now, and we just got to kind of try and block up that area next to it, which I'm going to do with one of these end cap walls. This doesn't have to be perfect at all. It just has to be functional, I guess. We're definitely going to have to switch collision off for this one and get that in where we need it to be. There we go. So that is a nice little kind of transitional area there, and we'll anti-shimmer them as we always do, like that. Now we'll start clearing this place in a minute. There we go. So you can see it's a real narrow kind of feel about it, and then it'll open up into this big area here. Now I'm about to do some cleaning up in here, and you'll see in a second I actually accidentally get rid of one of the assets, one of the Bethesda assets. Be very careful when you're doing this kind of stuff, because luckily enough these assets are, for me, I can replace them, but you may have a more difficult time in doing this. So just be very careful when you are cleaning up. So as you seen at the start of the video, I have an idea what I want to do in here. How it's going to all be configured, that's not clear at this point. And yeah, so this is sometimes how I build. I just like chuck walls in and just see what happens. And obviously these were the type of walls that they had sort of in there. And yeah, like I said, I'm just trying to feel my way into this build, which happens a lot with me. I actually end up putting something in there. Now I do have a challenge for you guys in the next couple of builds, and that's to give me suggestions for what kind of shops and what kind of because this will be ultimately, this bottom area is going to be a shopping area. So I need your input to say what kind of shop should be in here. Give me your suggestions down below in the comments, and we'll see where we go with it. Because I do a little bit of decoration in here, and it does become but this area that we're looking at now doesn't get any decoration. In fact, I can't quite figure out what I want to do apart from having a shop in that back area there. But I'm always about kind of utilizing as much space as I can, if you've watched my builds in the past. So yeah, I do need some help. So it all makes kind of sense at the end of this build. Now these are great. This is, we're in the vanilla extensions from the master plan series of mods, and these are great. And you would have seen, if you were watching in the at the start of the episode, you would have seen this kind of look at Bunker Hill. See, they're all a little bit too long for me. So I'm going to have to find another solution there. But it's going to be a pretty easy one. Because I kind of want to make this kind of tall. Quite tall. So skipping ahead a little bit, I want to kind of hide these walls here. And this is where you're going to see me you can see that doesn't want to do what I want to do. I want to actually angle that in there, so I'm going to have to use the collision off. Now this is where I start to muck up with my, so sometimes if you just ease it into place or you put another wall in there, it will work, but this is where I kind of stuff up with deleting some stuff I shouldn't have, but that could possibly go in that. So I'm just mucking around here trying to figure out what I want to do. So I want to get rid of some of this stuff so be very see that? I've just deleted that whole bottom half somehow by clicking on the wrong asset. Not a big deal at this point for me because I've got the parts that will fix that, but just be very cautious about doing that. The game doesn't really like you to do that too often. So I'm going to use the concrete blocks from Workshop Rearranged to fix it, and I'll probably have to glitch those in a little bit. Those ones might, yeah, you see those will go green, so I'm going to be able to patchwork that in. So we'll come back once I've done that. So it is a little bit high, but that doesn't really worry me too much because I'm going to use that area, and you can see the floor's a little bit higher anyway, so it really doesn't matter too much. I'm going to do, I know what I'm there. That's what I was trying to do. I know I can do it. So I want to kind of create an indoor area here. I don't know why I'm mucking around with these benches so much. I think I'll end up getting rid of them anyway, so it really doesn't matter. But yeah, I don't know. Who knows? Again, I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do with this particular area at this point. You can still see I've got a bit of patching to do there, and you can see it has taken me a while to try and figure all of this out, and it's not perfect. So I'm sure I don't use this in the end. I actually end up putting a wooden floor over it or something like that. So you'll see in a little while what I end up doing, but yeah, be very cautious. So onwards with the build, we want to give it a little bit more height again, and there's lots of these kind of, what are they called, kind of walls in vanilla extensions for you to play around with. Gives it a little bit of different feel for me. Just a little, it just changes it up a little bit and does something a little bit different to what I've done in the past. I kind of like that. It's kind of nice to do new things. Yeah, I got no idea what I'm doing here. Just flicking through walls, seeing what's available, see what I can use, see what I can't use, etc. Push that across like that. Is that going to snap? No, it's not. For some reason that does not want to go in there, so we're going to make it go in there. There we go. So we've got like a little entranceway. It's sort of coming together, it's sort of not. I'm really not quite happy at this point, so I'm going to put a roof on and just see if I can get my head around where this is all going, because it's at this point when I'm building, it's not clear exactly how this is all going to work out. And I did record this back in July, August, so I'm trying to remember what I did as well while I'm talking to you. So this is where we get to now. This roof becomes quite an epic build in itself, but it's important for the feel of the area I'm going for, the look of the area I'm going for, and you shouldn't overlook how important some of your roofs are. So I'm going to leave a lot of this in, so you can sort of see the struggle I have coming up with the right configuration, but you'll see in the end it does end up giving me the feel I want to. And you can see I've used kind of this corner piece, and yeah, I end up getting rid of it, and yeah, all kinds of stuff starts happening here just to give it just a little bit of a different look, a little bit of a different feel for this area, and it actually helps define this whole area. Now you can see to the left there, I've left the you can see to the left, I'm utilising the boundary fence as part of the wall in this build, and again it just adds to the scrappy look and feel of this area here. In the end, I think I end up putting some some different roofs on here to make it feel a little bit more indoor outdoor, and it's really influenced, as I said at the start, by Bunker Hill, but also I've been in a lot of kind of marketplaces and in my lifetime, and it's those kind of market. That bench has been moved again. Okay, a lot of these marketplaces and markets that you go to, growers markets and stuff like that, sometimes commandeer disused buildings, and I was in one in Edinburgh a few years ago that was in a disused church, which was quite an interesting thing to do. So I'm trying to recreate something like that in this build as well. And so yeah, this roof takes quite the time to do, but you'll see in a while what I'm talking about, how I kind of change it up a little bit. And I don't use these roof pieces a lot in my build, so doing something a little bit different with these pieces as well. So yeah, why not? That piece doesn't work in there, so that can go over there, and I end up deleting it. But this is what will happen as a builder. You're just looking for what feels right for your settlement. And yeah, we're starting to get there now. I do have big plans. We're getting close to where I've got to in the overall settlement, versus what I recorded and what I've built so far. We will be taking this onto the stream and doing some live builds after we finish the next 2 episodes. And so I've got to kind of this area here, and once we get it finished, so I will be building on top of this area here at some point. So that may be something that we will do on the live stream. Now I've just skipped forward here because I kind of look at putting these in, and that kind of gives that vibe of being a kind of indoor outdoor market, just using these glass pieces from the greenhouse or warehouse tab. Yep, I like where it's going now. I might change those up a little bit, but essentially that's what we're going to use from this point onwards. If you would like to see fixing up the Commonwealth live streamed and you want to come and join us, please let me know down in the comments. I think it would be a fun thing to do, and we could do a couple hours, and you can see the unedited version of me working on these types of builds. And yeah, I used to do that quite a while ago. I know a lot of you, I met quite a few of the people that have subscribed to the channel for a long time on those streams, and so I'm looking forward to getting back to that for a while. Streaming Fallout 4 builds is quite a scary proposition, because yeah, these kind of builds, you see the kind of 20 or 30 minutes of the build. These builds can take a couple hours to get to this point, and yeah, you're not always sure, as I said earlier, what you want to do, exactly how you're going to approach it, etc. So yeah, it will be fun, I think, to do that on a live stream shortly. Now we need to get rid of that bench, or are we? We're not going to get rid of. There was a bench there. I don't know if you've seen it. It's hidden now. It's gone, never to be seen again. Oops. Okay, so we just need a half wall in there. And that's the thing with these custom builds, you can never tell what kind of, oh, I didn't know that worked like that, but now I do. It's kind of interesting. I might put one in here. But yeah, you never know with these custom builds, like how things are going to work out. In fact, I could get away with not even having a wall in there, you know. But anyway, that just suddenly occurred to me. So yeah, that's the plan for now, and the way that Gaming for XP is going, we will be doing much more stuff live stream, and less of this kind of edited content going forward. So I like where that's going. It needs some tweaking, but it's it's a good open area that we can work with now, and it certainly has that kind of Bunker Hill vibe about it, or at least it's coming. We're getting there. And it hasn't, like, that door is still going to be usable there. I'll make sure it is. but it's, yeah, it's very scrappylicious. Good day, Elena. How are you? I hope you're feeling better. And yeah, it has that right vibe for the settlement. So just while I'm thinking about it, and here's the good thing about these little shack half walls, that they actually snap onto the roofs, which is kind of useful. There you go. That can hang over there. I don't mind that because it's outside the fence line, so you're not going to really see it. And yeah, here's another idea you can do. You can use these walls as part of the overall build. You see, but that kind of stuff bothers me at times, and it shouldn't. But excuse me. Okay, so yeah, the 3 floors challenge. Thank you so much to all the participants. The entries for that challenge are still rolling in, and as I will continue to do those weekly or bi-weekly updates, just depending on how frequently I'm going to get the entries to me. You can contact me on Twitter to put those entries into the channel. You can certainly come across and join the Discord channel and post them there. And hopefully it will get your channel a little bit of recognition. And certainly one of the entrants this week only had a couple of subscribers. Hopefully by the time I put this video out, he may have picked up a few more subs as a consequence of doing that challenge build for his channel and or her channel. And you know, I'm all about that. I like helping the community out wherever we can. So thank you so much for everybody that's participated thus far or has builds coming. You've still got plenty of time to participate in that challenge. The cut-off for the challenge is the 31st of January. That's you can submit after that, but and we'll see. We'll highlight them on this channel, and hopefully you get a few likes and subs and whatnot for your channel as well as a consequence of that. Okay, so that's some interesting stuff here. Yeah, that can go in there. So with this kind of building, you don't really have to have it completely perfect. In fact, I mean, I'm doing a lot of this kind of stuff, but you actually don't need to do this. That'll fit there like that. These wall boards are absolutely fantastic. I've said it before, but I use these so much, and they help get me out of trouble so much. So thanks to the developer of Workshop Rearranged. That's a great addition to your mod, mate, and thank you so much because you've helped my building a lot. Okay, that one will go in there too. Look at that, and it helps the scrappy look, scrappy vibe. You can see that door is still usable where Dogmeat is there. And yeah, I like this whole kind of area. Look at that. So we'll start probably chucking some floors down in a minute, and you start to be able to visualize how this is all going to work. So one of the things I was thinking is how do I kind of get these segments. And what I generally do when I'm building like this is the video you saw at the start of the episode, I might have that running on or be referencing that while I'm building. And yeah, so I'm looking for these some kind of different kind of post I can put in here. Pillars, posts and stairs or something. I can't remember what that. I can never remember what that mod is actually called. But it gives you a lot more options than the vanilla game. That's too short. So I'm looking for the right post here. The right height, right thickness, etc. And this just helps to segment kind of the area you're working in. You can see that I'm going to go through the whole mod until I find the piece that kind of fits. So this is like an upright plank of wood. Look at that, it's quite thin. I'm not sure that actually works height wise, but I like the look of it. Yeah, you see it's too thin. Sorry, the height's not quite there, but I do like the look of it. Why can't you give me a bigger one? Holy dooly. Anyway. I thought I'd got it there. However, we end up going with our standard kind of vanilla posts. And it's a good way, posts in the way that you can see it here are a good way of defining an area for your builds. At least that's how I use them sometimes, just to kind of define an area. We will get floors in here eventually, I promise. And it is actually starting to give it a bit of some kind of vibe about it that I kind of like. It's kind of nice. You don't want to overdo these though, because it will restrict what you can put in certain areas. But yeah, I'm quite liking where this is going. We need to put some floors in here now. Yeah, obviously that's what I'm going to do next, and these should snap onto those. The bottoms should snap onto the bottom of those walls. There you go. The height's a bit right actually, which is quite nice. It's a happy accident for today. There we go. Yep. So you can see that it's about, oh, this main area is more than 1.5 floors wide. It's probably about 2.5 floors if you add that concrete area there. So that's about, yeah, it's about 2.5 I think. There you go. Just check all what floors down now. Again, this is, don't forget, this is a custom area, so it yeah, you can never tell what kind of size of floors you're going to need and all that kind of good stuff. So that's sitting, why is that sitting lower? Okay, that'll work, see? So it's starting to really come together and give it a good kind of look now. I'm going to have to move that post, aren't I? It doesn't want to be nice. Come on, snap in. Come on. So it's weird how you sometimes get these areas in Fallout that just don't want to play. So look at that, there's 2 floors that just do not want to play there. Play nicely there. Yeah, that snaps into each other. We can fix that though. If you use these plywood floors or something like that, they'll snap in over the top. So those ones there, they should just snap to those floors, or just lie across like that. And again, it adds to the overall look of this place. This place is far from perfect, and I kind of like that vibe. There you go, see, that'll snap like that. And you can kind of, you can layer these to a degree like that, and it all kind of works. I kind of like that. Like I said, you don't have to be perfect when you're doing these type of builds. You can make them very scrapalicious. There we go. So we've kind of got this area pretty well defined, and it's really just a case now of doing a wee bit of decoration, and we will give you a bit of a tour, I guess. So here we go. I don't know what the heck Dogmeat is doing. I can't show you too much what's behind me because yeah, that's next week's episode. Let's go inside and see what we've done. So you can see we've got a number of counters in here, but I need your help to define what these might be, these different areas, and I still have got a little bit of decoration to go in here, I think. There's certain things that need to be added in here. Anyway, we'll show you what we've done so far. So this looks like it's all general bric-a-brac. Bric-a-brac, it's not a word you hear a lot. It's quite a long counter. The old typewriter for taking notes and stuff. This is obviously a clothing store. And you can feel the sun on your face, can't you? I'm going to change that roof a little bit, and then, you know, I've added a lot of this kind of stuff in line with what you would find at Bunker Hill. Now, I do need your help in defining what this shop will be too, or what this could be in this back corner here. It's yeah. But there you go, guys. That's kind of my Bunker Hill inspired kind of shopping area. I'm probably going to put a number of those black mats down the centre there, and just add a few bits and bobs here. It's a little bit underdone as far as decoration goes, and then of course this links back into this area here. And yeah, we will be building a whole lot of dwellings on top of this, so this roof configuration will more than likely change quite a bit going forward. And yeah, you can see we can still get into this building here without any drama. So thanks for that, guys. Thanks for joining us on the channel. Hope you have enjoyed this episode. I love to hear your comments down below. A like rating is always appreciated, and if you haven't subscribed yet, do yourself a favour so that you can catch up with everything that goes on Gaming for XP. See ya!